Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind and our preseason top 25 rankings video. We hope that you've enjoyed 25 through 15. We've got our top 10. We've also got 5 teams outside the top 10 that we'll get into over the next couple of days. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for, Jeff, our top 5 teams in our preseason ranking. Let's get right to it. Coming in at number 5, the Davis Darts.
Look, first and foremost, when we get to top 5, you're talking championship caliber team. That's who this is. So you're splitting hairs. Davis Darts, they have everything. You've got Trayden Bessinger at quarterback, Boise State commit, Bodie Sparrow at wide receiver, one of the best players in his class, just a junior. Jackson Itaheao, phenomenal wide receiver. Tyson Baggett is back. There's nothing not to like about this Davis team. But when you talk about championship expectations, and inside the top 5, that's what you have. It's going to come down to the play in the trenches. We're not comparing Davis's offensive and defensive line to their region. You're comparing Davis's offensive and defensive line to Lehigh, to Corner, to Lone Peak. And I think that's where there is some question marks for sure from a skill position, from a schematic, from a coaching staff with Coach Peary. Davis checks all of those boxes. How will they hold up front?
Can I give you maybe an X factor for Davis this year?
I'm ready.
Trayden Bessinger and Bodie Sparrow both just won basketball state championships. Does that change this locker room, the focus, the priority, the alignment? Does that change this football team where that group just won a basketball state championship? Now they're 2 leaders. Bodie plays both ways, by the way. You talk about wide receiver, plays secondary as well.
Good too.
He and Bessinger, can they get that locker room and say, guys, this is what we will not settle for less, right? They've tasted it. They know what it's like to get there. Be interesting to see if that has an effect on this locker room, because you're right. There's all sorts of talent on that Davis team. And, that was a team that expected to get to a semifinal last year. They lost in the quarters. Felt like some unfinished business there. Yeah. This is kind of the year for them. They got a lot of experience, a lot of seniors on that roster. We'll see how that comes through. But
I think Trayden Bessinger is going to be the guy that we talk about all season long of, hey, local schools, what are you doing? How are you letting that guy go to Boise State?
Yeah, how are you letting him go to Boise State of all schools? Come on,
anybody
guys.
Go to any Idaho school at all.
Well, hold on, Jeff. I mean, let's not be crazy here.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal
athlete. And honestly, Trayden, super excited for your opportunity at Boise, even if it is playing on the blue. All right, let's move to number 4 now, the Lone Peak Knights.
I mean, what is there to say about this team? They added players. The Pula twins come down, so that kind of gives them that dynamic feel to that offense that I thought they lacked a little bit last year. Kepa Niumetolo is back at quarterback. He's there. That feels good. He's comfortable with that offense, and you saw in the state championship game what they can do when they are when Kepa's going well.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to feel confident there. He's got some weapons. The storyline that I'm most interested to see. Bot Mulitalo.
I knew it.
He's a Ninja Turtle. He's the Ninja Turtle. I love Bot Mulitalo. I thought he had NFL potential. I thought he was a Sunday guy as a defensive end. Now he's playing left tackle, and he wants to play left. He's 290 pounds already. I mean, he looks like a different version of Bot Mulitalo. If he was a Ninja Turtle before, he's one of those weird ones in the ooze ninja, like the freak one. I don't know what. He's huge. Bot Mulitalo, the left tackle, I've heard he's progressed really well. It's a new position to him. He gets to play for Coach Gary Pay, who's developed so many offensive tackles that are playing on Saturdays now. So all the pieces are there for Bot to be really, really good. I'm anxious to see. That's a bold call. You got to feel really confident to say, hey, I think I might play on Sundays, but I want to go play on Sundays at that position. That's tough to do.
I'll tell you this. There's not a lot of guys who can play multiple positions on both sides of the line.
Yeah.
But Bot is one of them, right? So I'm with you. I'm really interested to see how that transition works for him and how that may pay dividends to this offense. Remember, Kepa last year, statistically, those stats were not what they were at Alta, right? I expect a big bounce back from Kepa this year because all year last year was like, man, it doesn't look like he's totally comfortable there yet. We'll see if second year in the offense, he makes a big step. I expect him to. I think this offense will need that. I think they need him to be great. And I think having the Pulas there will give him options. That team can always run the football pretty well. I think Lone Peak, they've got a lot of pieces too. Having multiple years now, I think you will see it gel a bit there for the Knights.
Yeah, and having a guy like Jaron Pula, you mentioned it, that's the ultimate safety blanket of, hey, if all else fails, throw it down there and Jaron somewhere, and he'll go make a play.
I don't know if you remember, but he was a yak last year in our top 5.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah. He's good.
He's good,
He's really
folks. Good. Physical, fast. good traction too, if you remember. All right, let's move to number 3, shall we? Coming in at number 3 in our preseason top 25. Let's go walking. The Lehigh Pioneers.
Look, I love this Lehigh team. And we could talk about PJ Taki. We'll talk about Legend Glass. We'll talk about all the pieces. Let's talk offensive line for a minute.
Okay, let's do it.
This is a high school. Last time I checked, Lehigh is still a high school program. Uh-huh. What do you think the average weight of their starting offensive line is going to be? Well, do you know this answer?
I don't know this answer, but because you're asking it, I'm gonna ratchet I'm gonna say 280.
This is 293 pounds is the average weight of this high school offensive line. And the only reason it's not 300 is because their center is 250 pounds. Everybody else along that offensive line is over crazy. 300 pounds, but their center's a Fabrizio. And if you know anything about high school football in the state of Utah, Fabrizios are pretty darn good. I love this Lehigh offensive line. Matali Benjamin moves across the freeway from Skyridge to Lehigh. Mateki Tonga Havea on the other side. That's maybe the best tackle duo in the state of Utah. And then you look at everything else that Lehigh's got, and they've got everything
They've got
else.
A lot.
That offensive line is going to be the key for this team.
Well, we talk about running backs, right? We talked about Fekitoa. We talked about Vili at Woods Cross. You got Devon Ika. And when you got maybe the best line out of that trio, expect a big year for Devon Ika. And his versatility, can catch the ball out of the backfield. Obviously, he can run the football. That'll be huge for that offense. The quarterback position. How you feel with the quarterback position at Lehigh this year? Because that's always been so pivotal. New coach, by the way. Coach Larson has retired, and now it's Coach Hadfield taking on the reins. Be interesting to see what he runs. But how do you feel with the quarterback position at Lehigh?
I think that they've got options. So they've added some transfers. They've got some guys that have grown up in that program. They've got 3 guys that I think are going to be vying for this quarterback spot. And I think all of them, because of the weapons that they've got around them, I think all of them are inheriting a fantastic scenario. And they'll be very good. I think they will be very good, and that's what Coach Hadfield will bring to the table. He's an offensive guy. Mm-hmm. He's the guy that not only the community and the school wanted, the rest of those assistant coaches, when Coach Larson retired, they wanted Coach Hadfield. So that rest of that staff is pretty well intact. That's going to be a huge boon to whoever plays that quarterback spot. It will be a battle throughout the next few weeks, but I think that Lehigh is good. We didn't talk about their defense at all. PJ Taki is fantastic.
Yeah.
There was a series in the playoffs last year that 3 consecutive plays, he had 3 sacks. He might not have the best first step as a defensive end on his own team. Guy from Hawaii, Drew Meredith comes in. There's a lot of weapons on that defense. So the quarterback just has to come in, facilitate things, and everybody else is going to be there making big plays.
Never easy to take the place or be the guy after the legend retires. Coach Larson being the legend, really rebuilt this Lehigh program. It was not great before he got there, and now it's a perennial state title contender. Not an easy situation for Coach Hadfield to come in, but the familiarity there, and with all the pieces coming back, we expect big years for Lehigh. All right, let's come to number 2, shall we? And we're going to depart 6A. It's the Orem Tigers coming in at number 2 in our preseason.
It sort of feels like Puka's Orem team a little bit, doesn't it? This feels like a Kingsley and a Sewell and a Nakua. This Orem team is loaded.
Yes, they are.
They are loaded. You've got Taden Kava at quarterback, Hawaii Akana at really everything else. He plays a little bit of all of it. Lopeti Mawala, big piece of that defensive line for Davis last year. He transfers down to Orem. They've got everybody back. They lose Faleti Yangi, and so that's a big hole. But they added Tim Hughes Isagalii to kind of fill in that gap. They've got the pieces to be very, very good once again. Ty
Wesley as well. There's a lot of options in that offense, right? And by the way, congratulations to Akana, his commitment. I didn't even realize it.
To Akana
My bad.
Committed to BYU. Kava to Bama.
Bama.
That's a pretty big commitment, too. And they've got other guys. I mean, Will Rasmussen's another power forward type guy. The guy that we talked about a ton when we were there covering that playoff game last year was Noah Seufale. You won't miss him. He's like 340 pounds in the middle of that defensive
He could play
line.
O-line for Lehigh. I'm just kidding.
Phenomenal. This does feel like a throwback Orem team. They are loaded. How do they deal with the expectations? They haven't had expectations like that over the last few years.
Coach Reynolds has done a great job keeping this program at the top, and it is an absolute loaded roster for Orem all over the field. And my apologies to Ka'awa. There's a lot.
He's good. There's a lot.
Akana and Ka'awa. And anyway, it is a really good Orem team. Big expectations on them this year, and really the benefactors of a lot of moving pieces in Utah County over the last really 4 or 5 months. So be fascinating to watch their story. All right, number one, as if there was any doubt, right? There's only one CC. Well, there's two CC.
There's a couple CC.
There's only one Corner Canyon.
There's only one Corner Canyon, and what can you say about them that you haven't already said? It feels like the same story every year. They're going to have elite quarterback play with Helaman Kasuga. They've got all the weapons. They've got Isan Tafa locking down that offensive line, Diesel Dart in the middle of the defense. And then, of course, you've got Eric Kerr and that coaching staff that does such a fantastic job year in and year out. There's nothing not to like about this Corner team. And last year, as injuries mounted up, you've got guys like Weston Briggs that had to step up, and they have that experience. There's a lot of pieces, even throughout the two deep, that maybe aren't the recruits that won a state championship last year for Corner.
Last year was supposed to be the down year.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the down year. They still win a state championship. And again, you talk about some of the depth that they had to develop last year, now being benefactors that. They got some new additions as well. You talk about a guy like Morris coming over from Roy, right?
Wow, yeah.
He comes over. You talk about an addition of Mayberry from Lone Peak. Some musical chairs happening in that region, right? Look, this is going to be a ton of weapons for Helaman Kasuga, and certainly hope that he's healthy this year. You hate to see injuries. You hate to see that injury. Yeah. Congratulations, committed to Texas A&M. How does he bounce back from that injury? By all accounts, what I've heard, it's been good, right? Not a lot of concerns there. We hope that is the case this year as well.
In the camp circuit. I mean, he looks
had a great E11, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like the old Helaman Kasuga.
It does.
Back,
it does,
sure.
Which is awesome for Corner Canyon and awesome for us to be able to watch him and cover him this year in what will be his senior year, and hope that he's able to have a successful senior season. There you go. Our preseason top 25 plus 5 more. Jeff, anything that we missed that you want to hit on?
Just go see a game, man. This is the most exciting time of the year. We see all these players. The talent in the state of Utah continues to get better every year. You heard us rattle off just about every college program across the country that matters. We talked about all of them. I mean, because that's how many colleges are coming to watch high school football on Friday nights in Utah. Everybody should get out and watch high school football Friday nights in Utah.
To Jeff's point, I mean, the growth of the play in this state, unreal, folks.
Unreal.
Pick a game. It doesn't even matter. Just go. It's no better way to spend a Friday night. Come on out. If you can't make it to a game, come join us. We'll be on streams this year. We're going to take you all the way from week 1 to state champions. No one's going to give you more coverage. We got new ideas coming too. You're going to love some of the things we have in store for this year. Cannot wait to bring you the best high school coverage all year long. And of course, got to thank Tab Bank coming on board, being a sponsor for us this year. Go check out Tab Bank, and we'll bring you a lot more information about Tab over the course of the year. For Jeff Hansen, Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you so much for joining us on our preseason top 25 rankings, and we'll see you next time right here on KSL Sports Rewind.